you really want to try me?" My voice was still sweet, but I let a hint of a glare harden my gaze. Gene took me in and decided that backing off was in the best interest of maintaining his delusion that I'd be chomping at the bit for him any day now. I'd never actually boxed in my life, but I'd landed enough effective punches that it didn't feel like a total lie. The tough finally handed over my damn envelope. I flicked through the bills, tossed a "thank you" at him, and stuffed the money in my bag as I headed out the door. It was a good payout, and I'd already done a decent run this week. I could pick up something for Petey this weekend. Not half the things I wanted to get him, since it had to be small enough that Mom wouldn't notice. A pack of those trading cards he was hooked on, and some snacks, maybe better shoes to replace the ratty sneakers she should have realized he'd grown out of. If I dirtied them up some first, she might not realize they were new. Picturing my little brother's grinning face was the best antidote for Gene's unwelcome attention. A real smile crossed my face, but at the same time my heart squeezed. Trading cards and shoes weren't enough. Nothing was going to be enough while Mom was the way she was. If Petey's life there turned into even half the nightmare mine had been. I shook those thoughts away. I was doing everything I could despite her. I wouldn't let anyone hurt him. And as soon as I'd saved up enough to get a nice house and the sharpest lawyer in the city, I'd fight until he could live under my roof instead. The hooky beat of a pop song spilled from the open doorway of the mini-mart next door. A little sway crept into my stride as I made for my moped. Maybe I'd go dancing tonight. Blow off some steam before I was pounding the street again. It had been a while. I wasn't looking left as I walked across, because it was a one-way street. But just as I hit the middle of the road, a yellow Jeep came roaring around the corner, faster than any sane person should have been driving, even going the right way. The driver gave a shout. The tires screeched. I threw myself toward the opposite sidewalk. Which might have saved me, if the guy behind the wheel hadn't been so high he decided to try to avoid me by veering in the same direction I was going. The grill slammed into my side with a sickening crunch I heard as well as felt. Agony exploded all through my body. My legs crumpled. The corner of the bumper bashed my head with a skull-splitting crack. The jumbled noises around me were swallowed up by a wave of pain. As my vision shrank to a pinhole and the light contracted with it, I had enough consciousness left to think, fucking jackass and his fucking jackass Jeep. And then, who's going to take care of Petey? He won't even know why I'm gone. A sharper, frantic jab of distress cut through the surging pain. But it wasn't enough to keep me there. The wave crashed through me and over me and pulled me under, down into the dark where there was simply nothing. Eyelids twitched. My eyelids twitched. Awareness crept through my body from there. Sensation prickling through numbness across my cheeks and forehead, down my neck and over my chest and limbs. I had limbs. I had a chest that was no longer a flaming mass of pain. My head was still foggy. I blinked and colors swam before my eyes. A chill tingled over my skin and my back felt weirdly heavy, but otherwise I didn't seem to be in bad shape. Had someone gotten me to a hospital? Maybe it was drugs making my mind and my visions so loopy. I blinked again, and the colors merged into shapes. The shapes moved. 2 of them, close by, came into focus. 2 men, both tall and muscular, though one was as beefy as anything with dark auburn hair, and the other leanly slim, his hair pale red, and those perfectly chiseled faces, broad and square-jawed on one, and gracefully angular on the other. If this was a hospital, it was more like the Hollywood movies.